Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, May 4th, at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 650 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Why cannot Google get a grip on rip-off ads? Five Eyes, is the alliance in trouble over China? Woman shot in leg outside SFO's Grand Hyatt Hotel, police say. Mexico City rail overpass collapses, killing at least 13 people. Horrible weeks ahead as India's virus catastrophe worsens. A woman was charged with a felony after yelling racial slurs and throwing a Whopper at a Burger King employee because her tomato was too thick. Carter Library releases endearingly odd photo of the Bidens visiting Jimmy and Rosalind Carter. COVID in Varanasi, anger rises as coronavirus rages in Modi's constituency. Broward man with schizophrenia, other health issues has been missing for nearly a week. Spiritual leader's mummified remains found in Colorado home. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Mexico City subway overpass collapses, killing at least 23 and injuring dozens, CNN. Pandora, world's #1 jewelry maker, to drop mined diamonds, Bloomberg. G7, foreign ministers to discuss rising threats at London summit, BBC News. Oil giant Saudi Aramco beats estimates with 30% hike in first quarter profit, CNBC. Chinese rocket to make uncontrolled re-entry, unclear where debris will hit, report, Fox News. Speculative excess, Ethereum finds new peak in sizzling crypto market, Reuters. India reports more than 357,000 new COVID cases as total crosses 20 million, CNBC. Houthi kicksert, imprisoned Catalan separatist, poses a dilemma for Spain, The New York Times. Horrible weeks ahead as India's virus catastrophe worsens, Yahoo News. Heroic car crash witness saves toddler who was ejected into Maryland Bay, NBC News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. 4 times we should wear a face mask after the pandemic is over. Why your allergies are so bad this year, and what to do about it. Here's what's leaving Netflix in May. 5 effects of the pandemic you're only just now feeling at work. Armed man shot and wounded outside Central Intelligence Agency headquarters. Trevor Noah gloats about America's herd immunity pratfall. Ex-Bush speechwriter, a loyal Republican is now either a sucker or a liar. Irish president's adorable dog steals the spotlight in the best way possible. Prince's triumphant Rock and Roll Hall of Fame moment gets a soaring new director's cut. Joy retakes Tucker Carlson's Race Lady dog whistle, throws it back at Tuckums. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Students create song to thank teachers. Asian woman hit with hammer in NY. Special ed teacher shortage worries educators. Society one-ups Mission W Animal Care Center. 3 nurses help deliver baby on plane above ocean. U.S. Air Force soldier goes missing while swimming. Special education teacher gets creative at job site. Mass shooting sends witnesses scrambling. Healthy newborn placed in safe haven baby box. 2 victims' IDs in house explosion. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Biden's modest tax plan. Sign up, coronavirus briefing. Sign up, on politics. Pfizer vaccine set to be approved for U.S. adolescents. Mexico City overpass collapse kills at least 23. Binu Yen, Georgia Democrat, enters race for Secretary of State. A population slowdown in the U.S. New York City wants to bring more park to Park Avenue. New York is reopening sooner rather than later. Mr. Beast, YouTube star, wants to take over the business world. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Main suspect in Madeleine McCann case investigated for 2004 rape of Irish woman. Newt Gingrich, beware Biden's hidden tax increase. House GOP re-election expanding list of Democratic targets. New Jersey offering free beer for COVID-19 vaccine recipients. Woman goes into racist rant after pulled over by Los Angeles County deputy, video. Phillies fan catches 97 miles per hour foul ball while holding ice cream. Biden's get an earful from 5th graders on virtual learning experience. Swiss embassy employee in Tehran dies in fall from building, report. Buzzkill, why we're not beating, and may never fully conquer, this virus. Great horned owl travels hundreds of miles trapped in truck's grill. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, May 4th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Janet Jackson to auction more than 1,000 items to raise money for child advocacy agency. Baseball report, can twins Braun Buxton keep hitting like this? Blind baseball, Bronx High School hosts adaptive game for visually impaired players. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Huge gas explosion on street in Ashford blows off front of house. Light a candle for Julia, daughter of murdered PCSO, 53, asks well-wishers to join her in gesture. Tim Burton wins planning bro with neighbors over bid to prune or chop down 15 trees. Twitter awash with memes in the wake of Bill and Melinda Gates' shock divorce announcement. Hospitality bosses lose High Court legal challenge to speed up return of indoor dining in England. Iraq bans terror prank shows after outcry over program that staged ISIS kidnappings of celebrities. France lashes out at Britain's new post-Brexit rules restricting their access to UK waters. Coronavirus, life in UK will feel a lot more normal by the summer, says Sage advisor Neil Ferguson. CCTV shows moment woman pushed on rail tracks in Dublin. Poll shows Tories are on course for a massive 17-point win in Hartlepool. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Wealthy nations still aren't doing enough during the pandemic. COVID-19 live updates. India cracks 20 million coronavirus cases as infections spread. Israel's Netanyahu has hours to form a new government and no clear path to do it. Mexico City subway overpass collapses, at least 23 dead as metro cars topple. Australian Prime Minister backs down on jail threats as India travel ban backlash intensifies. Iran's hardliners step up attacks on Rouhani government, sowing suspicion over nuclear talks. Right-wing nationalists fell during the pandemic, but they weren't the only ones. India's vaccine shortage to last months, top manufacturer warns. China's UN envoy, Myanmar violence could lead to civil war. Top U.S. diplomat who joined China UN event on global cooperation. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus live news, India passes 20 million cases, Nepal calls for urgent AstraZeneca doses as cases surge. New Zealand draws back from calling Chinese abuses of Uyghurs genocide. UK factories face supply chain disruption as activity surges, mortgage lending sees record jump, business live. Yasmin Khan's new recipes, cooking in refugee camps from Greece, Turkey and Cyprus. Defaced petroglyphs force rock climbers to reckon with sport's abusive past. Why won't this giant oil pipeline reveal its secret backers? Swiss diplomat in Iran found dead after fall from high-rise. Rich nations' climate targets will mean global heating of 2.4 C, study. Your mouth becomes a minefield, the Americans who cannot afford a dentist. Why the Dodgers-Padres turbocharged rivalry is great for baseball. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. At least 23 dead, dozens more injured after Mexico City metro overpass collapses. G7 foreign ministers meet face-to-face after pandemic pause. U.S. men await their fate as murder trial nears end in Rome. Bomb explodes near a school in western Afghanistan. 3 dead after smuggling vessel capsizes, Coast Guard suspends response. FBI, armed man shot by officers outside Central Intelligence Agency headquarters. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Senior Swiss diplomat in Iran dies in fall from high-rise building. Mexico City metro overpass collapse kills 23. COVID, Japantown builds giant squid statue with relief money. India passes 20 million cases amid oxygen shortage. Myanmar charges Japanese journalist over alleged fake news. Mexico apologizes to Mayan people for historic abuses. Bill and Melinda Gates divorce after 27 years of marriage. Joe Biden raises Trump refugee cap after backlash. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Proud Boys saw wave of contributions from Chinese diaspora before Capitol attack. Mexico City overpass collapse kills at least 15. AP top stories May 4th A. Trucks wreck in storm on I-35 south of Dallas. U.S. to restrict travel from India amid coronavirus surge, Florida suspends emergency orders, mask requirements, live COVID-19 updates. As pandemic eases, U.S. faces rise in mass shootings. Pandemic workers face another hazard, wage theft. Today in history for May 4th. I saw trees flying, more than 100 people from New Mexico to Delaware at risk of severe weather, at least 2 dead in Georgia. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. 2 women in U-Haul held at gunpoint, handcuffed during traffic stop sue Los Angeles Police Department. COVID-19 vaccine is now available in LA County without appointments, what you need to know. California could get 600,000 acres of new federally protected wilderness. OC professor on leave after berating student who calls police heroes. Surprising tsunami triggers may lurk off California's coast, scientists say. So good, at Sophie Stadium, fans celebrate a real, live concert and a worthy cause. I see nothing but opportunity, meet LA Times new top editor Kevin Merida. Weekend shootings, other violence leave 6 dead, several injured in LA County. LAUSD reopens playgrounds, but even swings and slides are complicated amid COVID-19. LA COVID-19 vaccination pace plunges as officials work to expand access. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Pandora will no longer sell mined diamonds and will switch to exclusively laboratory-made diamonds. Amazon had sales income of €44 billion in Europe in 2020 but paid no corporation tax. Poland's government requests Czechia stop offering abortions to Polish women. Hong Kong residents buy up $1.3 billion, or 4%, worth of London homes after UK open path to citizenship for those fleeing China's national security law. Mutant N440K 10 times more infectious than parent strain. Delhi's Batra hospital chief on oxygen deaths. I don't know who is running this country. Gay Latvian paramedic dies after being burned alive in horrific homophobic attack. Mexico City metro overpass, train cars collapse on road below. 2/3 of British men would rather die 10 years early than give up meat. China now owns 143 billion in UK assets, from nuclear power to pubs and schools. Archaeologists just unearthed an ancient bust of the Roman Emperor Augustus in a small Italian town. Canadian warship makes record-setting heroin seizure on Arabian Sea. Endangered tiger gives birth to 3 cubs at Toronto Zoo. 30 people on Air India's flight test COVID positive upon arrival in Italy. The next headlines are from Forbes. The Indian Premier League, cricket's richest tournament, has been suspended due to COVID-19 cases. LVMH prize finalist Combe Delane of Kid Super's 12-year overnight success story. Billionaire Cheryl Tanjung CT Corp. to receive $916 million investment from Mitsui & Company. Goodbye OPEC, hello OMEC, a shift from petroleum power to minerals power. At least 20 dead after metro rail overpass collapses in Mexico City. American shoppers, like the cicadas, are about to swarm again. WWE Raw results, winners, news and notes on May 3, 2021. Viral tweet reminds us that DoorDash, just like Uber and Grubhub, is not a delivery company. Shut heard across Texas, San Antonio gets a temporary restraining order against Urquhart. How the Gates split could stack up against the biggest billionaire divorces. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Brazil, video inspires young women to work in solar energy. African swine fever ravaging Borneo's wild pigs. Fix databases that fail with 2 surnames. First genetically modified mosquitoes released in the United States. Reactive, reproducible, collaborative, computational notebooks evolve. Scientific success by numbers. Global virus tracker. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,702,852,593 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Edgar Wright's The Sparks Brothers to open physical edition of Sundance London. Netflix is All Quiet on the Western Front shoot underway in Prague. New cast members join. Oscar-nominated The Mole Agent producer readies firefighter Doc Peropoulos exclusive. Disney Plus Hotstar 2 launch in Malaysia with a local content component. Conan O'Brien announces June finale date for his TBS talk show. Moni Baggio debuts atop of album chart. Eric Church scores a #2 debut for second straight week. Discovery Plus sets first scripted series for development exclusive. Billy Hayes, Witchapoo and HR Puffnstuff, dies at 96. The Simpsons producer Al Jean on how the show's new Star Wars short came to be, and if Marvel is next. Charlie XCX documentary to close Inside Out Film Festival. Film news in brief. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. In the CIA's first plot against the Castros, Fidel wasn't a target. Comic, teaching kids to make art out of what you have in the pandemic. The Epic vs. Apple trial has begun. Here's what you need to know. Elizabeth Warren stitches the stories she says help us learn to persist. For Kurdish Americans in Nashville, a beloved leader's death prompts vaccine push. Why lagging COVID vaccine rate at rural hospitals needs to be fixed now. Mexico City train derailment kills at least 20, injures dozens more. Puerto Rican boxer flicks Verdejo charged with killing pregnant woman. U.S. Mexico efforts targeting drug cartels have unraveled, top DEA official says. Bill and Melinda Gates announce divorce. The following headlines are from The Week. Biden's self-imposed ceiling. A short history of White House cats. Democrats still won't get out of their own way. Late night hosts temper America's new surge of optimism, hit Romney's rough reception, Flynn's pledge fail. At least 20 dead after Mexico City commuter train splits and overpass collapse. Oregon fights COVID-19 uptick, reminding the U.S. the pandemic isn't over yet. Woman launches company to help military spouses find stable work. Armed man shot outside Central Intelligence Agency headquarters in Virginia. At least 10 people died after Indian hospital ran out of oxygen, everyone was helpless. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Robert Bullard isn't done yet. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Protests from Dynetics and Blue Origin put NASA's Lunar Lander award to SpaceX on hold. Astronomers are watching a gas giant grow, right in front of their eyes. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, May 4th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Massive flare seen on closest star to solar system, what it means for chances of alien neighbors. Venus and the Owl, from California. SpaceX Starship SN-15 first test flight cancelled. Eta Aquarite meteors due to peak May 4th, 5, 6. The next news is from Politico. Moderna commits up to 500 vaccine doses to COVAX. EU takes AstraZeneca to court for vaccine doses and revenge. Coming soon in Europe, woke shopping. Birth rates keep sliding in COVID-battered Italy. Blinken hails UK alliance but stresses need for stability in Northern Ireland. Opinion: Facebook cannot cure Trump's chronic low energy. Meet the people deciding Trump's fate on Facebook. Bad blood, pro-Trump mega donors duke it out in Cornhusker country. White House races to clear rent relief logjam as mass evictions loom. How the Supreme Court helps keep American law white and male. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Brisbane tycoon's IKEA heritage listed property. NDIS chief deeply regrets anxiety over independent assessments. Legal threat looms over Labour pre-selection volcano waiting to erupt. Roosters lose varials as eels brace for Tedesco magic. We haven't looked back, QLD's biggest population boom in 16 years. More agitated than normal, McCartan rubbed out for 5 matches despite blood sugar claim. How a health checkup is helping women escape violence. McMahon wants wallabies returned but Rennie happy with local backrowers. RMIT, Swinburne, Law Trobe post hefty deficits but not all unis in the red. There will be doors that will not open. Why Shakira Clanton will never give up. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Where should I retire? We want moderate weather and live within an hour of the mountains and less than 3 hours to the beach. Where should we retire? Europe markets. Airline stocks gain altitude as Europe plans to welcome more overseas tourists. Auto Trader. The 2021 Nissan Leaf remains tops for affordability and safety among EVs. NerdWallet. If you're going to travel, check your Medicare coverage first. NerdWallet. 3 things to know if you're selling your home in 2021. Next Avenue. 8 travel tips for vaccinated seniors in 2021. The Moneyest. I'm a disabled police officer. My wife persuaded me to sign quitclaim deed so she could refinance our home at a better rate. Now she's ending a divorce. The Moneyest. The thought of her keeping these ill-gotten funds just chaps my behind. My granddaughter, 7, lives with me, yet her mother received her stimulus. The Moneyest. My employer paid me in crypto. It rose 700% in value. Now he wants employees to return the crypto and accept dollars. Epic CEO. I decided to sue Apple because of App Store's negative impact. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Smetech saves seabirds from death. Ben and Pete Kybel named European Inventor Award 2021 finalists. Real Wire. Disclosing AI Inventions, Part 2, Describing and Enabling AI Inventions, Technology, United States, Mondac News Alerts. How Intellectual Property Can Help SMEs Grow, The Nation newspaper. Supreme Court hears oral argument on whether to abolish or modify assign or estoppel doctrine, Lexology. Your USPTO, Magic Moment, Corporundum and the Electrical Furnace, Inventor's Digest. This award-winning skincare company works with the weather in mind. King5.com. U.S. keeps blocking vaccine patent waivers amid big pharma lobbying. Truth out. TSMC files record number of patents for inventions. Taipei Times. Conformis sues J&J unit for joint surgery tool patent royalties. Bloomberg Law. AbbVie CEO is on deck as antitrust hearings heat up. The Center for Biosimilars. The next headlines are from Quartz. Developer outsourcing company Andela looks beyond its African roots. Biden's first climate regulation is supported by industry groups and Republicans. The COVID-19 crisis has finally infiltrated India's biggest sport. Gates divorce, real estate prices, bad cops. Charted, internet search trends in India reflect people's desperation for oxygen. The lapses in India's COVID-19 data are a result of decades of callousness towards statistics. In the UK's biggest TV drama in decades, cops are the villains. Prime has never been more important to Amazon. Ready or not, we need to start talking about menopause in the workplace. Employee stock ownership has arrived on Africa's startup scene. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Riot shuts down LOL fan server after getting all wise guy with its developers. Fifth Circuit strips immunity from cops who ended a mental health crisis by restraining a man to death. Only 14% of Americans think communities shouldn't be allowed to build their own broadband networks. Rap Lauren Boebert decides to Streisand parody site making fun of her, threatens to take legal action against it. What 3 words sends ridiculous legal threat to security researcher over open source alternative? Daily Deal, the CompTIA security infrastructure expert bundle. Hollywood lobbyists so afraid of any public benefit from intellectual property that they're trying to block COVID vaccine sharing. Roku users lose access to YouTube TV as dumb contract fights shift from cable TV to streaming. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Jimmy Carter. Doge. Dogecoin. Jeff Bezos, Bobby Unser, Jake Kumro, Will Smith, Greg Abel, Bill Gates. The Eternals. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Woman who fell from Tehran Tower was Swiss embassy's first secretary. Denmark to reopen schools and indoor activities to corona passport holders. South Korean police investigate stray cat deaths, as serial cat killer blamed for poisoning 1,000 plus animals over 13 years. India's exports nearly triple in April despite huge spike in COVID-19 infections. Another $45 billion needed next year to vaccinate most adults across the globe, World Health Organization. Not a god reborn, Taiwan Defense Health Minister criticized over minor uptick in COVID-19 cases, urges public to follow rules. China administers 279 million COVID-19 vaccines in fight against virus. Chairman of South Korean dairy giant steps down after company claims its yogurt is effective against COVID-19. Grim milestone, India's COVID-19 cases surpass 20 million as country suffers from medical oxygen shortages. Shrunk to fit, internet puzzles over peculiar photo of Biden's kneeling next to miniature Jimmy Carter and his wife. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Watch, Royal Marine with jet suits practice mock maritime boarding operations. Damascus and Moscow prepare for spring cleaning in central Syria. The world's biggest problem, Kissinger warns of colossal dangers in growing US-China tensions. Bill and Melinda Gates getting divorce. EU lawmakers pledge to reject EU-China investment deal in first meeting on Beijing's sanctions. World's most powerful tidal turbine deployed off Scotland's coast. China is trying to break up the Five Eyes intelligence network. Conrad Black, a turning in the American political road is almost at hand. Earth helpless against giant asteroids as NASA simulation ends in doom. The criminalization of dissent. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Video shows Israeli settler trying to take over Palestinian house. U.S. Taliban attacks not affecting Afghan troop withdrawal. Rickshaw ambulance offers free oxygen to India's COVID patients. U.S. expected to authorize Pfizer COVID jabs for 12 to 15-year-olds. Rocket barge targets Iraqi base hosting U.S. contractors. 6 months of Ethiopia's Tigray conflict, a timeline. Filling the gaps, Indian startups bring know-how to COVID fight. Hong Kong, a city that's no longer home. Iraq summons Turkish envoy over visit during PKK operations. Tiny ethnic group fears extinction as Tigray war enters 6th month. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Report, Mexico gains leverage over Joe Biden by helping secure U.S. border. DHS says in Mayorkas, unaccompanied minor numbers remain high. Pentagon, White House sent conflicting messages on mandatory COVID vaccine for troops. Nitz Friedman, McCarthy willing to prostitute himself to soulless Trump to become speaker. Nitz Friedman, God bless Liz Cheney, Mitt Romney standing up for our democracy. Report, GOP looks to replace Liz Cheney with another woman. Kansas lawmakers override governor veto, lower concealed carry age to 18. Governor Ron DeSantis signs legislation banning the use of vaccine passports in Florida. Failed Texas Democrat candidate sounds alarm. 2022 could be major setback for Democrats. The next headlines are from UPI News. North Carolina man wins his second $1 million lottery jackpot. Look, trapped horse rescued after floor of barn stall gives out. Watch, gymnast performs 36 consecutive one-handed backflips. Watch, conservation officials catch 6-foot, 10-inch sturgeon in Michigan. Watch, Galaxy Quest audio plays over House Subcommittee hearing. Watch, Idaho men break Guinness record for throwing and catching flower lays. Watch, Connecticut commuter records coyote running on the highway. Watch, North Carolina man breaks record with 3,050 push-ups in 1 hour. Watch, alligator napping under parked car takes broom joy ride back to pond. The next headlines are from odd, strange and bizarre things. Baking hacks to get you using your oven. Cooking hacks for your next time in the kitchen. What products can help men with oily hair? Premium liquid flavors to suit your taste. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Prancer, the demonic chihuahua who went viral, finds dream forever home. Elderly man gets lessons on hair and makeup to help struggling wife with failing vision. Meteor shower from Halley's Comet set to peak in night sky this week. New smart farming robot unveiled that smokes weeds with high-powered lasers for healthy weeding. The Manta sailing yacht is designed to feed on plastic waste for power while cleaning oceans. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, May 4th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Galaxy Quest audio plays over House Subcommittee hearing. Osama bin Laden's son is a painter. America is his muse. Students get Jeff Goldblum's attention with assignments. How many free school meals would a new royal yacht pay for? 6-year-old boy dies after being fatally injured from SeaWorld penguin toy. Northern woman gathers Arctic sea salts that have a very intense, clean, salty taste. Mix up at Piracy Talk as WI put on fancy dress piracy at sea. I'm so sorry, pet cow wrangled, returned after escaping onto Houston freeway. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. How politicians manipulate the masses with simple AI. Scooter operator Voi will fine users for unsafe parking. Facebook oversight board to announce if it'll reverse Trump ban on May 5th. Massive stellar flare from our closest star is a bad sign for aliens. MG wants your money to build its first electric sports car. Become a Cisco certified business networking expert for less than $70. The Sickle AI-powered music visualizer gives your music a whole new dimension. Here's how you should onboard developers. Range anxiety got you down? Save cash and go farther with our guide to hypermiling. Self-driving robot taxis are now an actual thing in China. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Plastic pollution in the deep sea, a geological perspective. Mutant corn gene boosts sugar in seeds, leaves, may lead to breeding better crop. Using social values for profit cheapens them, a new study cautions. Stable, efficient, anode-free sodium battery. Local impacts from fracking the Eagle Ford. Solar development, super bloom or super bust for desert species. Revealing the secret cocoa pollinators. Intranasal influenza vaccine enhances immune response and offers broad protection. Mating with relatives, not a big deal in nature. Cell atlas of stony corals is boost for coral reef conservation efforts. The next headlines are from Information Week. Deep AI verticalization, no silver bullets. Demystifying quantum computing, road ahead for commercialization. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, May 4th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. Vice President Harris swears in NASA Administrator Senator Bill Nelson. NASA SpaceX Crew 1 astronauts to answer questions after return to Earth. Johnson Space Center Director Mark Geier moves to new role. NASA invites media to next SpaceX cargo launch to space station. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Man dies while competing in St. George Triathlon. Only 228 new cases of COVID-19 in Utah, and no new deaths. Former President Donald Trump calls Romney stone cold loser. Governor's water conservation order curbs sprinkler use at state facilities. After big NFL draft weekend, Bayou now has a solid foundation to build on. Reaching herd immunity is unlikely in the U.S., experts now believe. The Utah men's basketball roster has been a revolving door since Craig Smith's arrival. Here's where things stand. Man United violence is the peak of what has become toxic fan-owner relationship. A baby is born on an SLC flight to Hawaii, with a physician and NICU nurses lucky to be on board. Utah's largest fire of 2020 torched the Uinta South Slope, but it may have done some good. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. eBay says it's open to accepting cryptocurrencies in future, exploring NFTs. iFixit Tears 2 down Apple's AirTag, finds a great spot for a keychain hole. Bill Gates and Melinda Gates end their marriage after 27 years. Will Virgin Galactic ever lift off? Apple is reportedly working on a foldable iPhone for 2023. Sony really hated PS4 crossplay, confidential documents reveal. Ether hits $3,000 as Bitcoin's crypto dominance declines. Japan is opening its first ever esports gym. Apple's App Store has 78% margin in 2019, Epic expert says. Reaching herd immunity is unlikely in the U.S., experts now believe. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Nationwide chlorine shortage making a splash, will it affect your summer fun? St. Louis City, county restaurants can open 100%, customers aren't 100% sure they'll go back just yet. St. Peter's police thank people for running to help an injured officer. Bill and Melinda Gates to divorce after 27 years of marriage. Search for hit-and-run vehicle after man killed in Franklin County. Sheryl Crow shares a story about losing her teeth in St. Louis. Missouri reports 225 COVID cases, 0 virus deaths on Monday. Wainwright returns to lineup for tonight's game after going on COVID IL. Monthly Midwest Economy Survey Index soars to all-time high. Keep your phone charged tonight to be alerted to possible severe weather. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. House Committee grills top Marines about fatal AAV training accident. Man sentenced 4 years for Sherman Heights pedestrian death. Marvel unveils new titles, release dates and footage from several films. Herd immunity to COVID-19 unlikely in U.S., experts say. Smartphone use is contagious, study finds. As summer approaches, pool owners may face chlorine shortage. Garbage truck driver helps rescue 9 ducklings on I-8. Fight over food at convenience store leads to shooting. Coast Guard suspends search where suspected smuggling boat capsized. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. Central Intelligence Agency head writes memo celebrating Chauvin guilty verdict. All things leave a digital footprint, says the company director who extracts data from cell phones. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Army awards $146.80 M contract to Oshkosh for tactical trucks. Italian Air Force deploys 4 F-35A stealth fighters to Estonia. U.S. Army fields advanced version of Stryker missile carrier. U.S. tells Congress of plans to sell CH-47F Chinook helicopters to Australia. French nuclear-powered submarine-fired Exocet SN-39 cruise missile. India cleared to buy additional P-8I maritime patrol aircraft. Australia to buy latest Abrams tank version. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. Philippines foreign minister tweets profane insults at China over maritime dispute. Perverted or provocative, installation by fake panty thief pulled from Chinese art contest. Guangdong Southern Tigers win 11th CBA championship. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Here's when the FDA will reportedly authorize Pfizer vaccines for kids. These Bay Area counties could soon move to the yellow tier. Bill and Melinda Gates divorcing after 27-year marriage. Bay Area weather, here's how hot it's going to get. COVID-19 study from Oxford, UC Berkeley finds higher risk to pregnant women than previously known. Alameda County to raise fire weather flags to warn of danger. Rob Black's winners and losers, AOL and Yahoo sale. 4 arrested in connection with Fremont stabbing involving 8 people. Crone 4 morning buzz, happy 100th birthday, John Diego. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Pritzker says state might ease more COVID-19 restrictions soon. Antonio returns to earn West Ham 2-1 win over Burnley in EPL. Starbucks transforms downtown Naperville store into restaurant-style concept. Top General drops opposition to change in sex assault policy. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate their lives. Judson University bids farewell to seniors killed in crash. Disney Princess, the concert to play Rosemont in March 2022. Bears release starting left tackle Charles Leno. Report into LaSalle home deaths raises questions about criminal probe. Illinois economy shrinks 4% in 2020 despite fourth quarter growth. Suburban school districts step up efforts to vaccinate teens. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.6 m, depth 17.73 km, in Mongolia March 5, 2021, 8:46 UTC, about 17,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 189.23 km, in Japan March 5, 2021, 5:07 UTC, few people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Libya, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, May 4th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. 5 face federal smuggling charge after nearly 100 people found huddled inside Southwest Houston home. Former Harris Company deputy charged with intentionally injuring a man suffering mental health crisis. SWAT officers take down armed man after hours-long standoff in Southwest Houston. Grandmother of 9 dies as she was hit on her walk in Pearland. Ramen makes me so happy. COVID-19 vaccine myths. These reasons for not getting a shot don't hold up. In fact, they'll set the U.S. back. HPD patrol vehicle involved in crash on the East X freeway. Hunt on for woman charged with murder 1 year after innocent 5-year-old hit by stray bullet. Our America, Asian Voices official trailer. How the COVID surge in India is hitting close to home in Houston. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Cowboys decline Van Der Esch option, creating intrigue at LB. Dodger Downer, picture Dustin May to have Tommy John surgery. Gophers get guard Luke Lowy, William and Mary grad transfer. Judge hears closing arguments in NRA bankruptcy trial. Biden promotes education spending at stops in Virginia. U.S. appeals court to consider Idaho transgender athletes ban. San Diego boat wreck kills 3, shows risks of ocean smuggling. Browns take chance on Malik McDowell, DT with trouble past. Louisiana House wants parishes to help pay state levy debt. Judge asked to all dredges during sea turtle nesting season. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra extra, just because you're vaccinated doesn't mean you're not still awkward at dating. Met Gala returns September 2021, with Timothée Chalamet, Billie Eilish, Amanda Gorman, and Naomi Osaka as co-chairs. Elon Musk, Keegan-Michael Key and Anya Taylor-Joy to host final SNL episodes of season. ICE jailer in New Jersey is sued by its landlord, claiming unsafe conditions. New York to reopen without most capacity restrictions by May 19. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. The fight isn't over, legal weed activists parade giant joint around NYC. Bronx man arrested for alleged vandalism spree at Riverdale Jewish centers. 24-hour subway service will finally resume on May 17. Early edition, CDC says needle anxiety causing people to faint, not J&J vaccine. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Global e-commerce jumps to $26.7 trillion, fueled by COVID-19. Latest deadly Ebola virus outbreak in Dr. Congo declared over. UN Women launches new program to foster economic participation in care industry. Free press a cornerstone of democratic societies, UN says. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. U.S. Space Force Chief Scientist, human augmentation is now necessary. Nashville woman unable to walk claims Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine is to blame. Exposed, Facebook's independent COVID fact-checker site factcheck.org funded by $1.9 billion vaccine lobby Great Game India. Bill Gates, China, 23andMe, and your DNA. Has Washington lured Erdogan into a bear trap? Biden administration cancels military-funded border wall projects. 80 groups blast U.S. interference in Mexico's phase-out of glyphosate and GM corn. Guess who's testifying in Congress? U.S. troops must stay in Afghanistan forever? Central Intelligence Agency recruitment ad ridiculed for overdosing on woke talking points. As European Parliament approves vaccine certificate, document proves plans in the works since 2019. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Did Michael Collins joke that Neil Armstrong should scream and cut her mic during moon landing? Bill and Melinda Gates announce divorce after 27 years of marriage. Bobby Unser, 87, Indy 500 champ in great racing family, dies. Did a demon appear at Biden's speech? Is this a real video of octopus aggression? Is Obama speaking at a Benghazi memorial dedication? Did the Duggars cut a Trump 2020 feet sign in their lawn? Did an image file titled Mexico Did It Spread malware? Does Disneyland Haunted Mansion have a secret entrance? Traveling owl, man drives hours with bird in truck's grill. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Mummified cultist's corpse found with glitter makeup but no eyes. Biden raises cap on refugee admissions after outrage. Bill and Melinda Gates announce divorce after 27 years. Fox News finds its dumb new outrage. Woke mob is canceling a Snow White theme park ride. First battle of war, Ohio man planned to attend second Capitol riot after January 6 siege, prosecutors say. ESPN executive Kevin Merida to take over as LA Times top editor. Trump lawyers up for the Capitol Police officers' MAGA riot lawsuit. My 5 favorite meals, artist Mark Kostubi. Arresting Capitol rioters won't stop hardcore extremists. Son of Sam serial killer, I didn't act alone. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Army vet rep mast blasts Pentagon for denying permit for Rolling Thunder event. Netflix horror film inspired by New York axe murder. Chicago schools chief plans to leave post later this year. Hawaiians frustrated by slow repairs years after volcano eruption. Cleveland mayor allegedly uses status to protect gang member grandson. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Snapshot yellow balls, spotted by citizen scientists, offer a window into star formation. Snapshot Chandra spots evidence for long-standing theory of how stars explode. Snapshot live fast, die young. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. All U.S. adults now eligible for COVID-19 vaccine. Humanitarian groups send medical supplies to India amid COVID crisis. How beef and other foods impact health and environment. SpaceX to launch 4 American civilians on historic 3-day voyage around Earth. Meet the crew of the world's first all-civilian space mission. COVID-19 infections are down in most states. SpaceX conducts rare nighttime water landing of its Crew Dragon astronauts. COVID deaths and cases surge in new peak worldwide. Japanese waste disposal company transitions into recycling and restoration. Nearly 40% of adults in the U.S. have been vaccinated. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. With NYC mayoral primary just weeks away, Ray McGuire takes swing at Yang, ambiguous on Stringer scandal. NYC bus lanes, love M or hate M, mayoral candidate Catherine Garcia says she can speed up traffic. New York lawmakers extend COVID eviction moratorium through August. Family of young girl mauled by pit bull asking for funeral donations. Wisconsin restaurant shooter who killed 2 was fired employee, sheriff says. No criminal charges for Iran Monserrate after probe of 2020 campaign activity. Andrew Yang, focusing on water, burnishes hard hat platform. Amid exodus of support, Stringer lands endorsement of Teamsters Local 237. Cuomo cautions against faith in anything uncovered by A.G. James sexual harassment probe. Bill and Melinda Gates announce they're divorcing. The following headlines are from military.com. Air Force creates LGBTQA, indigenous focus groups to address diversity issues. Supreme Court Justice castigates Fair's doctrine, court in military rape case. Commandant pens Marine 2-star who went unpunished after AAV disaster. Coast Guard Academy will get commencement address from Biden. A new battle campaign, museum fights to stay at Fort Gordon. 82nd Airborne paratrooper faces charges related to gunfight at Syrian checkpoint. Pickle Rick Air Force flight call sign in Mideast pays homage to Rick and Morty. At least 3 killed, many hurt in boat capsize off San Diego. Philippines protests blocking of its patrol ships by China. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Durbin, Duckworth ask federal VA to ensure Illinois veterans' homes have proper disease planning protocols after stinging report on LaSalle home, where 36 died from COVID-19. Laundromat vaccines, Chicago officials trying to figure out how to find people who still need the shots. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, Pritzker says state could reopen a bit more next week as COVID-19 hospital admissions tick down, 2,049 new cases and 28 deaths reported Monday. DuPage County judge orders Elmhurst Hospital to allow COVID-19 patient to receive controversial medication. Corrections and clarifications. It's official, the Thompson Center is up for sale. Gary officials looking for causes of weekend fires, city firefighters, other departments battled 15-18 blazes. Walgreens offering walk-up COVID-19 vaccinations at mobile clinic in Chicago. Man told witness watch what I'm going to do before he drove pickup into group in Logan Square because he was angered by yuppies with dogs, prosecutors say. Valparaiso man killed in South Haven standoff with police. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Bill Nelson, head of NASA, hails new day in space. Previously unrecognized tsunami hazard identified in coastal cities. Unraveling a mystery of dinoflagellate genomic architecture. Flexible, easy-to-scale nanoribbons move graphene toward use in tech applications. Team creates microbe to turn waste into useful chemicals. Northern Red Sea corals pass heat stress test with flying colors. Sequence genome of extinct date palms germinated from 2,000-year-old seeds. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, May 4th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Dodgers-Cubs game postponed, split doubleheader Tuesday. AP fact check, Biden overstates how many Americans immunized. Vikings decline 5th-year option on injury hampered CB Hughes. Day 1 of the end of the U.S. war in Afghanistan. Campaigns for and against recall of Seattle Council saw gear up as signature gathering begins. Brewers activate Yelich and Kane from IL, send down Haya. CVS and Walgreens have wasted more vaccine doses than most states combined. Magic coach Clifford clears protocols to return Wednesday. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Lily James has a lot to say about Dominic West scandal, just not yet. SF Giants Rockies postponement sets up challenging doubleheader decisions with new format. Review, Berkeley reps the waves as an impressive near miss. Man found dead in vehicle on shoulder of I-680 in Pleasant Hill. Following weeks of backlash, Biden raises refugee cap to 62,500. Giant dance music festival set to rock the Bay Area in September. Shanahan, Trey Lance not in position yet to compete with 49ers starter Jimmy Garoppolo. Bay Area man convicted of murdering Alameda County Sheriff's explorer in jealousy-fueled stabbing. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Las Vegas Convention Center to host drive-through vaccinations. Death penalty overturned for California mom who killed 4. Athlete dies while swimming in Utah Ironman competition. Treasury announces plans to borrow $463 billion this quarter. Democratic Socialists the biggest obstacles to bipartisanship on Capitol Hill. Bill and Melinda Gates announce they are ending marriage. Review, human factor gets personal about Mideast peace. AP source, Cavs to sign Verrillo after getting NBA exception. Mexico marks end of the last indigenous revolt with apology. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Your car is spying on you, and a CBP contract shows the risks. Border Police wants a bite of burgeoning anti-drone industry. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Reduction in wetland areas will affect Afrotropical migratory waterbirds. Tailor-made therapy of multi-resistant tuberculosis. Strong and flexible cofactors. Patient characteristics, COVID-19 in hospital mortality in us during COVID-19. Housing subsidies reduce healthcare costs for vulnerable veterans. Researchers wirelessly record human brain activity during normal life activities. Team from UTC.mp4 identify unique characteristics of human neurons. Bilab develops stable, efficient, anode-free sodium battery. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Watch what I'm going to do, motorist allegedly boasted before plowing into crowd in Logan Square. White Sox CF Luis Robert out at least 12 weeks with grade 3 hip flexor strain. Man killed in Berwyn's shooting. Dodgers-Cubs game postponed because of inclement weather. 86% of alerts from city's gunshot detection system led to dead-end deployments, researchers find. Keegan-Michael Key, Second City and Mad TV alum, to host SNL. Bears release left tackle Charles Leno. Pritzker says bridge phase before full reopening could come next week. Common view is that Illinois has weathered the storm. Sky's Candace Parker impressed by new teammates and organization after first week of training camp. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Shuts on the House, Houston Music Foundation hosts vaccine drive. Houston area hospitals and IRFs are packed as patients return at pre-pandemic levels. 4 thoughts on the Houston Texans 2021 NFL Draft. This week in Houston food events, sip a frozen flight to Cinco de Mayo. 10 most intriguing songs Van Halen covered in their club days. The next headlines are about world records making news. It was a wild weekend in sports, thegame730am.com. Cristina Francone from Italy sets 2 new CMAS dynamic free diving world records, sportalsub.net. As Olympic Games approach, Swimming World magazine. Portugal's record-breaking 516 Aruca Bridge opens Smart News, Smithsonian magazine. Global Village makes history by breaking 25th Guinness World Record title, Saudi Gazette. After 9-hour fight, Texas fisherman catches record 876-pound bluefin tuna, Houston Chronicle. Largest Orthodox iconostasis, Romania's National Cathedral sets world record Academy. Address Beach Resort, the world's highest infinity pool has opened in Dubai, CNN. Marine Corps veteran demolishes 30-year-old world record for most push-ups in an hour, Bro Bible. Farmer couple in Colombia grows mango weighing 4.25 kilograms, makes it 2 Guinness World Record, News 18. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Child sexual abuse site with 400,000 users shut down by a multinational task force. Lego's 2,354-piece space shuttle Discovery is worth every penny. Tom Hanks' new sci-fi film from Game of Thrones Miguel Sapochnik moves to Apple. What it really means that the U.S. won't reach herd immunity. Future of American democracy hangs in balance and or doesn't. The EPA takes first step to reduce some of the most dangerous greenhouse gases on Earth. Invincible Season 1 finale was about the fight everyone should be ready for. PlayStation and Discord are teaming up. 60 million stars and not one alien detected. Hardware hacker breaks the DRM on a mini dishwasher. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Bernie and -Pinkani at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was University Wi-ID in Dome Fuji at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Yet another Google AI leader has defected to Apple. Ajit Pai joins American Enterprise Institute and a firm that invests in internet service providers. Apple reports to iOS 0 days that let hackers compromise fully patched devices. Technician for water company linked to liver failure says his dog got liver illness. EPA to eliminate climate superpollutants from refrigerators, air conditioners. Verizon agrees to sell Yahoo and AOL to private equity firm for $5 billion. Epic vs. Apple trial starts today. Here's what to expect. For lunar cargo delivery, NASA accepts risk in return for low prices. Kroger will begin drone deliveries in Ohio this week. The following headlines are from Raw Story. GOP can't whitewash what happened on January 6 and accept the poison of Trump's lies, Liz Cheney. White anti-masker slammed for comparing herself to Rosa Parks. I'm getting pushed to the back of the bus. Asian woman beaten with hammer by anti-masker says mother feared her living in U.S. due to anti-Asian hate. Senate Judiciary Chair zeroes in on the FBI's troubling failures before the Capitol riot. Republicans sabotaged America's hopes to reach herd immunity to end pandemic. Insurrectionist counting ballots at Arizona audit is a known liar, report. Opportunistic Joe Manchin blasted for single-handedly preventing progress in America. Former FBI official anticipates Rudy is going to be hung out to dry as investigation advances. Texas Republicans seek to punish companies that divest from fossil fuels, report. Billionaires Bill and Melinda Gates are divorcing, report. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. The pushback worked. Biden will raise the refugee cap to what he originally promised. Biden administration begins process of reunifying separated families. Today is World Press Freedom Day. Here are 3 ways to strengthen and support it. Why body cameras can still fail to hold police accountable. City's climate conundrum, how to shift from gas to electric. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Undergraduates explore practical applications of artificial intelligence, MIT News. How the Human Brain Compute Time Flow by Jean-Marc Buchert predict May 2021, Medium. How to stop feeling so stressed, Forbes. Getting started with Net Plus 4 infusions, with Prime 4 Hydration and Wellness of Lehigh, Utah, iNews. New Cochlear Copilot app to help adults improve hearing outcomes through skills training, PR Newswire. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, May 4, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFO photographed over Worcester. FRMR Senator Harry Reid told Lockheed Martin possesses UFO material. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, May 4, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News I8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News I8. All rights reserved.